your parents to New South Wales, Australia, and have a great family holiday. Down under!
Our journey to New South Wales, Australia begins here in one of the most recognisable cities in the world, Sydney. Now this is a great multicultural destination and it actually does have something for all the family. Chances are that when many people think of Australia, the first thing that springs to mind is the city of Sydney. Australia's largest metropolis, its landmarks are famous throughout the world. This is a beautiful city that sparkles in all seasons. Sydney, located in the state of New South Wales, is a harbour city where water is cherished as both a playground and a view. There are few cities in the world that can also boast a beach in the heart of downtown. That's why no holiday here is complete without a visit to Bondi. Thanks to the team at Let's Go Surfing, we were ready to hit the sand and face the waves.
You can take a private lesson and become a part of the Aussie beach culture, though it might take some practice to get the hang of riding a board.
Now, if you're going to learn how to surf, Bondi must be one of the best places in the world to do so. Now, I have to admit, I have never been on one of these boards in my life, and this may not be a very pretty sight. But I've got my own personal instructor today. In fact, we all have. Let's see if I've got what it takes to hang 10. It was time for a few valuable instructions. Oh, this is Big Wave Dave, our instructor today. And Dave, I've got to admit, I'm a little bit nervous about this.
There's nothing to be nervous about, Rain. It's looking great out there today. Surf's about 1 to 2 foot.
Yep.
Offshore, low tide. Got me. With the kids and you, nothing bad's going to happen.
Yeah, so it's best to start young with surfing, is it?
Yeah, absolutely. We start teaching kids from about 5 to 6 years old.
Yeah.
And it's like anything. The earlier you start, the easier it is. The less fear you have. This little kid here, you won't even know what the wave is.
Yeah, well,
and we'll love
Tyler's
it.
6, so he's probably ideal to get beginning. Now Dylan is 10. You ready?
Yep. Squeeze that up body onto the top. So do this for me. Put your arms up onto the rails, go back down again. Most people go, oh no, that doesn't feel good. Keep from the other leg, like so. See how that?
It didn't take long before we forgot it was winter and the water we were entering was just 17 or so degrees. While I struggled for balance, the boys were taking it all in their stride.
Really well today. Good to see you got up there.
I hang 10 for about, 2 seconds, okay?
No, I reckon 3 to 5 at least.
3 to 5 at least, there you go.
Well done.
Woo! Thanks, mate. Woo! Bondi is the home of Australia's oldest life-saving club, the Bondi Surf Bathers, and you'll be surfing and swimming under watchful eyes.
Surf lifesavers have been on Bondi Beach for 100 years. What is a surf lifesaver?
A surf lifesaver is a volunteer who looks after people when they come swimming at the beach. Surf lifesavers patrol Australia's beaches during summer on weekends and public holidays, and we look after the people when they're swimming, and if they get into trouble in the surf, we go out and rescue them and help them out. And we give first aid to people who hurt themselves down the beach as well.
Kids can also get some experience in life-saving by joining the Little Nippers. Many generations got their first taste of the sea right here. I've never surfed before, but today was fantastic and I hope to do it again.
Bondi has a lot more to offer. There are scenic walks that will take you along the Bondi to Bronte Walk. You can relax in beachfront cafes, shop along Campbell Parade, or visit the Bondi markets on Sundays. Every year in November, there is the Sculpture by the Sea outdoor exhibition, where more than 100 works of art by international artists are displayed on the Bondi to Tamarama Walk. This is a stunning stretch of coastline that you can explore at your own pace.
Our next stop was at the heart of the city.
Darling Harbour is Sydney's family playground. It's home to cafes, restaurants, museums and a whole host of attractions, including this one where we're heading to next.
Sydney Aquarium is Australia's #1 attraction. It has a huge collection of Australian marine life.
In fact, it's home to over 11,500 animals, the largest Great Barrier Reef display in the world, and a big collection of toothy sharks and cool rays.
What kind of fish are these?
Well, these guys are called darts, and these live in sandy areas. We've got lots and lots of different types of fish in here, including the very, very big sharks. These are lemon sharks when they come back and see us, which you'll be feeding soon, Tyler.
Some hungry mouths were waiting.
Well, guys, in our bucket here, we've got some squid and fish, and this is what you're going to be using to feed the lemon shark and the darts that we served earlier on. So what you want to do is grab a handful and chuck it in, and we should get the fish up to the surface.
This is as close as you'll want to get to the monsters of the deep. Marine biologists are on hand here to tell you all you want to know, and it's easy to lose a few hours gazing through the glass. So I guess we're under the water here, under the harbour.
We're actually in a fish tank, but we are below the level of the water as well. Our shark tank is actually floating in the harbour. It's a pretty unusual design. I don't know of any others.
Now, I guess this is a pretty popular attraction here.
It's probably our most popular one, yeah. And this is one of the reasons she's coming towards us now. Is one of our big stingrays.
Oh, they're enormous.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
The aquarium is open every day until 10 p.m, so you can also head here for an evening tour after dinner. Some of the most popular creatures here are just as curious to see who's visiting, and you can meet them in the world's first all-natural seal sanctuary. Our next stop was right next door, Sydney Wildlife World, which houses the largest variety of Australian animals under one roof.
One here, and then that one there is, her name's Faith. She's a little baby.
This is a complete all-Australian wildlife experience in the heart of Darling Harbour. You can see over 6,000 animals living in their natural habitats and ecosystems.
Besides the cuddly creatures, there are plenty of Aussie residents that slither and slide.
One of the loveliest attractions, particularly for the children, is the butterfly house, where you'll often get a personal greeting.
If you like Australia's bizarre creepy crawlies, how about a really close encounter?
This is Spike.
Just make sure the kids don't take a few extra friends back home.
Stick insect.
Okay, time to turn around and look at us. Da, 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 da.